This video is for marketing purposes only, nothing to sell for now. My prototype is 3D printed, however, the product will be much nicer once manufactured. So please like if you like and subscribe to follow my journey. Thank you. A friend of mine asked me to design his kitchen, so I took his measurement and I thought I would use this for example. So these are his measurements. There's a 177-inch wall and 180, and there's a window, a 30-inch window on the 177-inch wall. So that's what we're going to be doing. Here we go. I set up myself. So let's start with the wall. We'll start with this one here. And we start making our corners. I'm going to start this way. So I have the first corner. First, I'm going to build this wall because it's got a window on it. So that wall is 177 with a 30-inch window. So that's 50. That's 100. That's 150. And that's 200. So that's enough to build the 177-inch wall. Let's do the window now. The windows, you get blocks like these. Exactly the same as the wall connect with the knob to tighten them on the top. So we'll set this one up. The window is at 56 inches. So like I said, the dimensions are they're written in the back and in the front, so you can set it up from wherever you want. So 56. So 50 plus 6 from this panel. That's 56. Done. So now let's do the other side of the window. The window is 30 plus 56. We got 86. So set it up at 86. 50 plus 30 right here. 35. One more inch. That's 36. So we're set. We're good. At 177, oh, there's a small wall here. So we're going to use that here, the connection. And we're going to set it at that wall, which is 177, 2 pounds, 100, 150, 125, 77 right here. So that wall is done. Here it's a return wall. It's only 30-inch, but we're just one plate. We'll place only one section. And the other side is 180. So we got 50, 100, oops, 150. That's 200. But we only need 180. So what I'd like to do is I would like to take another saw and place it at 180 here. So that's 150 plus 30 from here. So that's it. It's set. So the space that we have here is 36 inches. I can go with a 36-inch cabinet, but I'd rather split it in two. I made a pots and pans 24 and a pull-out 12 because I like pull-outs a lot. So we'll place the pull-out one on each side of the oven. So I made one for each side, I made two pull-outs. One for each side of the oven, one for spice and one for oils. So they go here, and I made a 24-inch pots and pans to connect them. So that goes right here, and that goes right here. We filled up that area. We're good now. Let's continue here. Now let's measure this area here. It's looking like 56, 55, 56. So what I like to do here is I like to, whatever I do on one side, I like to do the same on the other side. That's the rule of thumb. Same thing at the window. Whatever you put on one side of the window, try to do the same thing on the other side. Here, what we have is the oven. We have one pull-out spices on one side, so we'll do the oil on the other side, so it'll look better. So obviously, I'm going to make another pots and pans, 24-inch pots and pans, just to match the other side. So that's it right here. So let's place it right next to it. And then you measure that space. And you're going to have 30, 31 inches. So let's make a 30-inch cabinet. So that's a 30-inch cabinet. Now let's place it right here. Click it. Okay. So we have a little bit of space left here. That's okay. That space, the upper cabinet ends here, so it'll line up with the overhang of the countertop. So it's okay to have space there. So we got that side. Now let's go to the other side. We know that he wants a pantry. I already made a pantry here. There's a pantry. I made a 15-inch by 80-inch pantry. Now it's going against the wall. Now, as a rule of thumb, any European cabinets, if it's going against the wall, you need a filler there. The filler will act as a space so the door will swing open nicely. I put a 3-inch filler here, if you see, just so it keeps it away from the door. So we'll place that right in here. You know what, I'm gonna make them together and then I'll place them. So that's that, and then we'll place the fridge right next to it. I'm gonna click it in. All right. Now let's do the upper, that's 16.9, 80 minus next 60. I always do that. This is 84-inch high. So the cabinet is 80 plus 4-inch for the kick on the bottom. So that's 84. So we got 84 minus 69 for the fridge. You got 15 left. So 15, perfect. 15 by 36. That's our fridge. So I made this cabinet here. That is 15 by 36. So right here, I'm going to put it on the top here, and right here, I'm going to make a fridge panel. All right, so let's put this here. Let's start with the fridge panel. This is the fridge panel right here. So the same thing, the fridge panel acts as a fridge panel, same thickness as the one IKEA have. So let's start with the fridge panel. Let's put the fridge on it. Let's put the 15-inch on the top of it. And then let's put the pantry. It's a lot easier to do it like this. So we have this setup, which is great. I love playing with this. So let's set it up here. Let's move the fridge and the sink from here because we want it in the island anyway. So let's place this here. And you can see how this is going. It's going really well here. Now in this space, I've made a base 15. Well, let's put it right here. And I made a pots and pans 36. Let's place it right next to it. And a base 36 with 2 doors. So we'll place it right here. Let's remove this here for a second. So one more thing, when you start designing, the pins should be on your left. It could be on your right, but whatever you do, you gotta keep consistent on it. So now it's on the left, so let's keep them on the left. So the pin's on the left, that goes right here. Now, the only thing left is this setup right here with the filler here. Now, if I put it like this, the pin is going to stick out. So what you do in this, the last one, just flip the filler the other way around like this. Put the pin on the inside. They will fit. So we have it like this now, so it'll fit nicely. Let's put the other filler here. You don't really have to have that many fillers. You just want at least one just to know that this is your area. So let's place it right here. And I think I have to remove this wall here. So let's place it right here. Done. Okay, so we have this scenario, which is we're almost done. Now the top. The uppers, you do whatever you do on the base, you do pretty much the same thing on the top. So let's start. I'll start with the upper diagonal. They're popular, they're the best, they're really easy to mount, and they are bigger in size than most of the corners. So here, let me show you what I did. So I filled up the cabinets in here and I put everything in place, and that's the island. Here we go. If you want to know how big the island is, the whole thing is 8 feet. So yeah, it's an 8 feet island that you got in there. So let's put the island. Let me show you what's in the island first. So you get the sink cabinet, a drawer section, dishwasher right next to it, another drawer section. I love drawer sections. They keep you organized. So in base cabinet, if you can put a drawer, a pull-out, anything make it easier for you to operate, it's better. So let's put the island here. Let me show you what I've done here. Okay, so first I started with the upper corner diagonal is 26 by 30. And right next to it, there's an 18-inch by 30-inch cabinet, 36 by 30, 12 by 30, 30 by 20, 12 by 30, 36, 18 by 30, and 36 by 30. The reason why I did 30, 36, and 18, they're all the same size, and then at 12. The reason why I did that, because I like to have thinner cabinet around the oven. Maybe I can make them glass, so look nice. So that's what I did here. Now on the other side, what I have is an 18-inch cabinet, similar to that one, and like I said, and try to keep the space next to the window the same on either side. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as long as it's visually the same. So we got an 18 and we got an 18-inch here. So right next to it, there's a fridge panel. You can see it right here. Above it, there's a 15-inch high cabinet by 36 wide. And then here you have a 15 by 90 and 3-inch filler in here. On the base cabinets, you have a pots and pans right here, 36 pots and pans, another 36 with 2 doors, a 15-inch base, a corner bifold with 2 doors, a base pots and pans, and these 2 pull-outs on each side that we talked about, the 2 pull-outs, and I did another pots and pans to match the other side, and there's a 36-inch here. So it's beautiful, it works, it is perfect. You don't have to do any calculation. I did not have to measure anything. I copied from my print for the sizes, and I just concentrated on being creative. So are we done? If you like, but not me. I'm gonna dress it up. Let's see what I could do. I think I can change this cabinet. I'll just put, instead of 30, I'll put a 40 here. That will look nice. It's higher than the rest of them. And then I will make this one higher as well. So, and I'll use a 30. So here, instead of using a small cabinet, I use a full-size cabinet, and I got more storage anyway. And then anyway, the stack coming to the hood, it's coming from the top. So by putting a higher cabinet, you only cover it. You're only going to help the situation. And here, these two that I like to have glass doors, an idea that I can drop them down to the countertop. Or no, I'll leave them because I like to drop this cabinet down to the countertop. So I'm going to drop this cabinet down to the countertop. I'm going to raise this one, and I'm going to raise this one. And I have to do the same thing on the other side. So if I raise this one is lower. I have to keep this one lower and raise these here. So I raise these, this, and the oven, and lower this. All right. So that's my design. So please comment on this. Let me know what you think about it. It's very, very important for me. Thank you for watching.